front page of the Standard newspaper. We're looking at the 8-hour ordeal in highway terror. Vehicles stuck on Nakuru-Nairobi highway after youth from Kwambera, Limuru blocked the road and deflated the tires of some vehicles at the Naimahiu junction yesterday. Is this something that you came across, gentlemen?
Yeah.
All right, Karl Marx, talk to us.
First of all, it's a shocking story, and I think sometimes we Kenyans, we are taking our jokes too far. Because if it could have been that they were exercising burning the charcoals that was stopped by the Kitui County government, then we could have understood that because they were stopped from a certain county, then now they could have actually started to burn the charcoals within their counties to protest in the name of what they could have not been, what they could have not done on the other side. Now they were doing on their side. Having said that, you know, first of all, removing the seller will automatically do away with the buyer, because when there is no demand, there will be no supply. So in this case, whereby now the seller gets an opportunity and gets all the freeway and freedom to penetrate any given county, by that time, we are saying that then the buyer must actually also look into what is going to sell. So we must first of all deal with the seller so that the buyer will have nobody to buy. Then we will actually control these given menace. More importantly, you know, I didn't see the police, the riot police around there. I didn't see the tear gas around that place. I didn't see the water cannons around that place. And it took clean 8 hours for the response team to take, to be within the scene. The question is, could it be that it was a political protest that is peaceful and also protected within the Constitution? We could have seen all the police riots, we could have seen the tear gas, we could have seen the water cannons being sprayed all over. Now you ask yourself, when the peaceful protest is taking place within this country, we are actually being faced with that brutality. But when now people are breaking the law, actually, reducing the economical strength within this country in the name of stopping, the vehicles moving from one place to the other. We ask ourselves, if this thing happened in Kitui, why didn't you people take it to Kitui? What is the connection between Nakuru highway, Nakuru-Nairobi highway? So in connection with what was done, the people you were stopping to actually access the other areas they were going, do you know the businesses they were going to do in those areas? Do you know what you cost during that time? And why did we not respond at the right time? And I can tell you for free, could it be that this was the NASA supporters? Today we could have been talking of so many bodies at the morgues. So what was this special that these people could actually make, terrorize a country for all that time within a highway, not even a village, within a highway, for almost 8 clean hours, and nobody's responding. And even if the response was there, you could see it is in a gentleman in a very friendly way. So what is this special that when people are doing other things and in a wrong way, they are being supported by the same people who are supposed to be confronting them? But when you do the right things in terms of asking for the electoral injustices within this country, then you face the brutal forces. What is this special? This is what a layman, this is what a Kenyan citizen is asking. Yes, and we need to answer them.
Yes, Charles.
It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that innocent Kenyans had to go through that. But to me, a bigger question arises to my mind. Yesterday was a working day. There were so many youths on the road ready and willing to disrupt everybody else's activities. So what is the biggest problem in this case? If you ask me, it's unemployment. It is this unemployment that makes so many youth have time and not appreciate the economic value of time. That's one. It is this unemployment that when Karl Marx is speaking about these political rallies, that on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Friday, you get so many youth ready and willing to go and protest on the roads.
Let's not forget that's the group that has quite a lot of energy.
Exactly, exactly. And so in my opinion, and I agree with Karl Marx to a large extent, you have to look at this from the root cause. We have to look at this. What is happening in Kitui cannot be condoned in any way. Deforestation cannot be condoned in any way. That's granted, and nobody is... in fact, I know the government has put a moratorium on logging so that you can... And hopefully it's not just a 3-month moratorium and then we get back to work. Yes. But the main thing that now moving forward, we are beyond the political season. Let's not go back there. The thing that now is pressing onto the government to look into is the employment of the youth. You can't have so many youth on a weekday being idle, causing havoc to everybody else. Imagine with me if half of those youth were employed and they were doing something gainful, you know, that we wouldn't probably have had such kind of a problem. These are problems of idleness, you know. And
well, we've come up with the conclusion that the problem is the youth being unemployed.
Yes.
Now, in 2013, the president and the deputy president, made a promise to the youth that there shall be employment, and that is the same route that they are following this after the 2017 elections. What are the chances that they shall keep their promises? Because if that's the problem, it needs to be dealt with.
It needs to be dealt with. And unfortunately for us, it's not a problem that can be dealt with once and in a sitting and we say now, okay, there's 2,000 youth that need, 2 million youth that need employment now. Suddenly, let's employ these 2 million youth. Again, the problem of youth unemployment has yet another, is rooted in yet another problem that is corruption, you know, such that the money that would have otherwise been used in employing these kind of youths is money that is being swindled left, right, and center. So if you asked me, the government, the work of the government per se in the strictest sense is to create an environment where people can invest, where businesses can thrive. If the government is able to do that, and that can only be done if corruption is reduced. If we look at our tax structure, we are one of the most taxed nations, then probably you'd get to a point where businesses are able to employ other people. If we embrace this policy that Trump's America is embracing of America first and Kenya first, buy Kenyan stuff. There are enough creative people out here, you know. If you go to Ngong Road, the kind of things that they make on Ngong Road, if you go to Bama, if you go to Juakali, you know, there's enough product that can be bought from Kenya. And if the government were to champion such kind of a cause, where we're not just looking at employment in offices, employment in these kind of institutions, but we look at creating those avenues where youth can produce and that the Kenyan market would otherwise buy.
All right.